Hi, this is Suzanne. 30 Days to Enlightenment, Day 8. Okay, I was reviewing the tape from yesterday, and it sounds like I just fell hook, line, and sinker into a big puddle of holy roller hippy dippy love gooey crap. And so I just want to clear it up. The reason that I'm here, that I'm doing this, is not some sort of highbrow saintly thing. It's because I'm lazy. I love my work, but I also love just hanging out. And I want things to be effortless and easy and fun. And I believe they can be. It's just that whole letting go of them that's a really difficult thing. So this is the end of the month, and so I'm starting to look at paying all my bills. I have a lot of resistance to sitting at my desk, writing all that stuff out, looking at my financial situation sometimes. So let me just tell you a story how things work, and I try to remember this because it's so cool. Well, I had two things. One, I was feeling a little cash flow crunch, and I picked up some of the self-help, now called Human Potential books, and there was an online course, an abundance course. I'm like, ooh, abundance in friends and family, and abundant life, and abundance in money. Oh, that sounds great. So I actually read the book, and there was some online stuff every day. So I went through that, and I started to change my thinking about the way I thought about money, because I grew up where there just wasn't enough. We had plenty, but we always saved everything because you saved everything. My parents were children of the Depression, and you just made use of everything. You didn't let anything go, and you saved. And that's a great practice, but it's also a great practice to have fun and let stuff go. I've got two stories here. So one about the saving, and this was one of my most embarrassing things growing up. So it was really cool that when I was a kid, and they still do this, if you like someone, you wrap their house in toilet paper. So my house was totally wrapped in toilet paper one day, and as we were cleaning up, my parents noticed it was like soft and pretty premium bathroom tissue. So we rolled it up nicely out of the trees, because there were still some half rolls there, and we rolled them up till they were back full. And we didn't waste it. We used that toilet paper. I was horrified every time I looked in. I went to the bathroom. I'm like, oh, is there someone watching me using this used toilet paper? I mean, it wasn't really used, but anyway, you get my point. So fast forward to that, me thinking, trying to change my thinking about, okay, well, what if there's enough? Because there really is enough. The Federal Reserve prints over $2 billion worth of money every day. Every day. I know that's a fact because I found it online. Every day they print $2 billion, over $2 billion worth of money. So our economy is constantly expanding. Or there's a lot of money out there anyway. So just picture that, and just put your catcher's mitt up, and there's a lot out there. So interesting thing happened. The abundance course, it was cool, and I noticed stuff happened. Someone sent me a check randomly for $500, and other people just gave me more money out of the blue than I charged them. Oh, here's some extra. And I had another check that just came out of the mail. I'm like, this stuff rocks. This is so cool. And then, of course, I stopped doing it. I stopped doing those little visualizations in the morning until it got to be July, and then I was feeling that little kind of crash crunch again. I thought, I'm going to try that again. And this is this is an interesting story of how creative our minds are. So pay attention. So I'm thinking it would be nice if I had an extra $25,000. So I would picture my bank account, looking it up. I'd be happy when I looked at that number and it was $25,000 more. I would do that in a relaxed state, and there's a little bit more to it. So, and then I let go. Whenever I would write someone a check, I would be real happy about it, because picturing that there was so much more. And then also, it's just easier to be happy. It's hard being scared. It tenses things up and stops the flow. So I did that through the month of July, and and I had set a date on this, an extra $25,000 by the end of September. So it was just the first part of September. I had one of my friends called me. She said, Suzanne, she said, I opened a bank account and I put $25,000 in it for you. I'm like, what? is this crazy? And she said, I remember I talked about you being executor of my estate and I want to pay you for it. Okay, so I'm starting to put two and two together. She's giving me $25,000, just like I asked. But it doesn't have, and in a bank account that's set up now, but it doesn't get it to me until she dies. So anyway, I wish her well a long and prosperous life. And it was such a great lesson for me that everything's out there for us. And it can be just what we imagine. It can be better than we imagine. But what we think about shows up. So from the last video, thinking about our friends as beautiful and well and perfect and healed, that helps. Thinking about our lives as us having enough time, enough money, that takes the stress off. And then sometimes there's a lot of clarity just to see those things that are right there in front of us. And when we notice them, there's that great gratitude. So whenever I pay my bills, I'm like so thankful for the credit card company for giving me that money ahead of time, for the servicemen that have come to fix my plumbing and my air conditioning and my electrical stuff. I'm so grateful and I'm so glad to pay them. And when I pay them, I say, I'm so glad to give you this money. And that really helps things keep going, and it helps me stay out of any resentments and stay in flow. So, and that's right there in the gratitude. I'm grateful for everything that's here, and when I notice that, then more comes. So that's it for today. Stay in gratitude, enjoy writing those checks, know that there's always enough, and see you tomorrow.